Hi guys, it's Megan. I'm here with many beverages because a bitch is thirsty. I just finished work for the day, my part-time job, my corporate job, and thought I would try something new. If you don't know me, again, I'm Megan. You can find me on Instagram at bitch.fires. I also have a podcast that I just started about moving down to part-time work that is on this YouTube channel. So if that's interesting to you, you can subscribe. Or you can also follow that podcast on actually basically anywhere now. Apple, Spotify, Google. I think that's it. I posted on my Instagram recently that I was currently living off of around, on average, roughly $2,300 a month. And there was some interest as to what those budget categories are and how I budget. So I thought I'd do a little intro to that. I don't think that $2,300 is obscenely low or anything. I know people who live off of less. I could probably live off of less if I really wanted to, but I don't. But I do think it's maybe lower than average based on some real quick Googling that I did. So I can give you a little bit of a breakdown in terms of like, not just the numbers, but also how I budget, because I know just looking at budget categories doesn't do a whole lot for me. I need to kind of know how somebody structures their budget or structures their income, their savings, their investments, how they balance all of that. So I'm doing this in the most inefficient way possible by writing it out on my iPad because I want to. I actually do have a spreadsheet that I can see, but you can't, where I've totaled up the numbers, and I could show you that. That wouldn't be a video though, that's just a picture. So you're here. This is what we're doing because I want to. I love watching iPad videos. I think there's like an ASMR element to it. We're gonna see how this goes. I've never really recorded anything for YouTube before. Okay, so the first thing that I have is rent. My rent just went up actually, is $9.25 every month. I live in a medium-sized city. If you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you know I recently moved from Chicago. And actually, I spent less than $2,300 a month when I lived in Chicago. So this is all over the past year, having moved to a moderate-sized city with technically a lower cost of living, but I'm no longer splitting my bills. So it is more expensive for me, but probably less expensive than if I lived alone in Chicago. Although I didn't have a car in Chicago, so that saves a lot of money. I'm learning that the hard way, my friends. Good God, having a car sucks. Anyway. Okay, rent. I have utilities. This is about $150 every month. I live in a really small apartment. This actually includes internet. It's technically a 1-bedroom, but it's very, very small. So there isn't a lot to like heat or cool or anything. And in fact, I don't have central air. I use like portable air conditioners and like spot cool as I need to. Anyway, and that's obviously like, so I don't live in an area where it is essential to have AC. If you live somewhere like that, you might have to spend more money on AC. I do not. And I also don't have like prolonged periods of very, very, very cold weather. There is cold weather here, but I'm not too worried about, the livability of my apartment in the winter. Groceries, I spend about $300 a month. I don't know, that seems like a lot, but I like to cook. Um, Phone is 26. I use Mint Mobile, so it's actually, I get the 5 gig deal. It's 15 a month, or what I pay yearly, so this actually doesn't even happen every month. But on average, it's 15 a month. But I include some other things in that, like I pay for iCloud storage, and a few other things. So just having my phone is roughly $26 a month. Another thing that does not happen all the time is insurance, and this is like renter's insurance, car insurance. My insurance is roughly $90 a month. Gas for my car is around $30 every month. That is just average, not if I'm going on like a long trip or anything, but I drive a hybrid, so the gas isn't all that expensive. Entertainment, this is basically streaming services. This is $39 a month. This is all streaming services. I do quite a bit of streaming. I just canceled one yesterday though, because my Shudder subscription went up from whatever it was. I don't know. I had a deal. Health. I'm just going to do what I was doing when I was full-time, because my insurance is going to change in January. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. For now, like my new budget is setting aside like around $600 a month for whatever I would need to do out of pocket. I talk about that a little bit in my podcast. But anyway, I'm just going to do like what my full-time health budget was. And this is like pharmacy, doctor's appointments, and stuff like that. It's around $200 a month. Again, on average, of course. Restaurants, it's around $200 a month. Shopping, this is like literally anything. Clothes, stuff for the apartment, toilet paper, etc. Although actually I don't buy that much toilet paper or like paper towels or paper products, because I have reusable paper towels and a bidet. I'll link them below. I love them. I will say, if I were to buy a bidet again, if I were in the market for a bidet, I would spring for one with a dryer, because I still have to use some toilet paper, because I don't want to walk around with a wet butthole. And, that's not ideal, but hey, like for the service that my bidet provides, I am happy. And then I thought about whether or not I wanted to even add this. I am new to having a car, you guys. But I think my registration is like roughly $11 a month, because it was like, I don't know, $135 or something. I don't know. Anyway, I hate having a car, but I'm including it to be honest. So my registration, I'm adding in here roughly that amount every month. And that's really it. So these are really the only categories I have in my budget. I try to limit the categories, like my phone. I include some other things other than just my phone. My shopping is like a catch-all category. Health is like a catch-all category. I just don't like having a lot of budget categories. I would like to have less. I would like to have no budget. That's what I would like to have. I would like to just know, okay, I've spent this much this month. This is how much I have left to spend. And that sounds easier than it is, because it's like bigger numbers are just harder to process. So here we are. This is my current budget. Long story short, this is my current budget. And all of this totals $2,071. And like I noted on my Instagram, sometimes it's less than this because I didn't end up needing, like maybe I didn't go to the doctor that month, or I didn't have to pay registration, I didn't have to pay insurance, my Mint bill wasn't due, I lived off of freezer meals. You know, there's a lot of room to cut this if I have to. But also a lot of times it's over this amount because this leaves me some room in the budget for like travel, car repairs. Maybe there's like more that I have to spend in health. If I have an expensive doctor's bill or something. If I really decide that I want like a new pair of shoes. Maybe I'm going out with friends more. Maybe, let's see, what else do I do? My cat. Maybe she needs more, I don't know. She's currently healthy, but you know, things happen, or I have to take her to the doctor once a year, of course, for her checkup. So gives me some room to help out my cat. So these are all things that I kind of like have floating off on the side whenever I need them. And I don't have sinking funds. That's a whole other discussion. I just have savings and checking. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. I know that I won't keep up with like a complicated process. I won't keep up with sinking funds. What works for me is to just have 2 buckets to pull from. Well, 3, because I have investments, but we're not paying attention to that right now. So these things, they just get added to the total for the month. So that is roughly how I budget, and how my average for the year is around $2,300. I would say that typically it's very rare for me to spend under like $1,900. Like this is definitely closer to the lower end. It's very rare that I spend less than $1,900, but it's also very rare that I spend over $2,500. Again, this could all change as I get farther into part-time and I figure out how that budget is working for me, especially healthcare. That I am like, let's just add it here. Currently setting aside $600 as a part-time employee for healthcare premiums. I'm hoping it's not going to be that much. I'm hoping that I am over budgeting here, but that's what I'm currently doing. So that will obviously bring this up to above $2,500 every month. I'm okay with that. I'll do another video on that update, like once I figure out what that budget is. Again, that's not happening until January, so it's kind of an unknown right now. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things. Yeah, I might do more of these. I've been having a good time learning different skills now that I'm part-time. And, you know, you're welcome to stick around for that. Okay. Maybe I'll see you in the next video. Love you. Hope you're having a great day. You look very sexy, by the way. I meant to tell you that. You're right between my legs right now, which is why why I keep bumping you accidentally. I just can't help myself. I should probably, maybe I should cut that out because that's not like the tone. It's not the tone I want to set for this channel. I don't want this to be a harassment channel. Or like pro harassment. We don't stand for that here. I'm probably going to leave it in though because this is who I am and like I can't edit everything, okay? I can't do all the things. Not everybody knows how to do everything. Love you, bitch. Bye.